Hey, Eleanor, what are phishing scams? I have heard about them earlier, and I must confess I'm a bit lost.
Oh, Cheaty, don't worry, it's not as complicated as one of your ethical dilemmas. Imagine this. You get an email that looks super official, right? Like from your bank or something. But it's actually from sneaky scammers trying to steal your info. They want your passwords, credit card numbers, all that juicy stuff, and they trick you by making the email look totally legit, like scarily good sometimes. It's like identity theft, but sneakier.
That sounds terrible. How do they even get away with it? I mean, shouldn't there be some way to catch them?
Well, Cheaty, these scammers are really clever. They use all sorts of tricks to make their emails look real. Sometimes they even create fake websites that look just like the real ones. It's like a digital disguise. They might ask you to click a link or download an attachment, and once you do, they can steal your information. It's really scary because it can happen to anyone, even people who are usually very careful.
So what can we do to protect ourselves from these phishing scams?
There are a few things you can do. First, always double-check the sender's email address. If it looks suspicious, don't open it. Second, never click on links or download attachments from unknown sources. And finally, keep your computer's security software up to date. It can help catch phishing attempts before they reach you.
Thanks, Eleanor. I feel much better now. I'll definitely be more careful with my emails.
You're welcome, Cheaty. Just remember, stay vigilant and you'll be fine. Okay, picture this. These scammers, they're like digital fishermen. They sit behind their computers, casting out their nets into the vast ocean of the internet, hoping to catch unsuspecting victims. Just like a fisherman uses bait to lure fish, these scammers use fake emails and messages to lure people in. They cast out a wide net with these fake emails or messages, hoping someone bites. These messages are often designed to look as legitimate as possible, mimicking real companies and organizations. They might use official logos, professional language, and even real names to make the deception more convincing. The emails often look real, with logos and everything. They might come from what appears to be your bank, a popular online store, or even a government agency. The goal is to make you believe that the message is genuine and urgent. They might say there's a problem with your account or you've won a prize. These messages play on your emotions, creating a sense of urgency or excitement. You might be worried about your account being compromised or thrilled about winning something valuable, something to make you click a link. This link is the key to their scam. It might be disguised as a button to verify your account, claim your prize, or even download an important document. And that link? It's the bait. Once you click on it, you're taken to a website that looks just like the real deal. It might be a perfect replica of your bank's login page or an online store's checkout page. It might take you to a fake website that looks just like the real deal. These sites are designed to capture your personal information, like your username, password, or credit card details. You think you're logging in or making a purchase, but in reality, you're handing over your sensitive information to the scammers. They can then use this information to steal your identity, access your bank accounts, or make unauthorized purchases in your name.
That's so devious. It's shocking how sophisticated these scams can be. They prey on our trust and our instincts, making it easy to fall for their tricks. But why would anyone fall for it?
It's because these scams are designed to exploit our emotions and our trust in familiar brands and institutions. They create a sense of urgency or excitement that can cloud our judgment, making it easier to click on that link without thinking twice. Well, sometimes these scammers get even sneakier. They do something called spear phishing. Imagine instead of a generic email, you get one that mentions your name, your job, even something you recently posted online. Suddenly, it seems way more believable, right? It's like they did their research on you, making the scam super personalized. This makes people more likely to let their guard down and click that link.
That's incredibly manipulative. So it's not just random emails we need to be wary of?
In addition to phishing emails, scammers also use voice calls in a tactic known as phishing. They might call pretending to be from your bank, claiming there's suspicious activity on your account. They will ask for personal details to fix the issue, but their real goal is to steal your information. Always be cautious and verify the caller's identity by contacting your bank directly using a known number. Remember, your bank will never ask for sensitive information over the phone. Stay vigilant and protect your personal details. Don't worry, Cheaty. Phishing scams can be tricky, but with a little knowledge, you can easily spot them and protect yourself. There are some telltale signs that can help you identify a phishing attempt. First, always be on the lookout for emails that seem off. Like, if an email has bad grammar or spelling mistakes, that's a red flag. Legitimate companies usually have professional communication standards. Also, be wary of emails that create a sense of urgency, like you have to act now or something terrible will happen. Scammers use this tactic to make you panic. They want you to panic and not think straight. When you're in a hurry, you're more likely to make mistakes and fall for their tricks. And always double-check the sender's email address. Look closely at the domain name. Sometimes it might look similar but have slight differences. Does it actually match the company it claims to be from? For example, an email from amaz0n.com instead of amazon.com is a clear sign of a scam. If not, it's probably a scam. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it's better to be cautious and verify before taking any action. Lastly, legitimate companies will never ask for your personal information like passwords or credit card details through email or text. Always be skeptical of such requests. By staying vigilant and following these tips, you can protect yourself from phishing scams and keep your personal information safe. Stay smart and stay safe.
But Eleanor, what if I do click on a phishing link? What should I do?
Don't panic, Cheaty. First things first, don't enter any information on that website. Close the page immediately. Then run a full scan with your antivirus software to check for any malware. If you entered any login details, change your passwords immediately, especially for important accounts like banking and email. And if you're really worried, contact the company the message claimed to be from directly, but don't use any contact info from the suspicious email. Look it up yourself.
Is there anything else we can do to protect ourselves?
Absolutely. Always keep your computer and phone software updated. Those updates often include security patches that can help block these scams. And for extra safety, you can install anti-phishing toolbars in your web browser. They can help detect and block suspicious websites, but most importantly, Cheaty, be cautious and use your judgment. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't be afraid to ignore, delete, or report suspicious emails and texts.
I'm starting to feel more confident about spotting these scams.
Anytime, Cheaty. Just remember, stay vigilant, use your common sense, and you'll be able to navigate the digital world safely. Now how about we go get some frozen yogurt? My treat.
As they walked away, Chitty felt a surge of gratitude for Eleanor's friendship and her willingness to share her knowledge. He realized that staying safe online wasn't just about knowing the tricks. It was about being cautious, informed, and always ready to learn. And maybe, just maybe, it was also about enjoying a delicious cup of frozen yogurt with a good friend.
Next, we're diving into a topic that's crucial for everyone who spends time online. Ever wondered why we make such a fuss about complex passwords? Well, it's not just about being overly cautious.
It's like locking your house, but in the digital world. Imagine leaving your front door wide open for anyone to walk in. Just like you wouldn't leave your front door wide open, you shouldn't leave your online accounts vulnerable either. A strong password acts as a sturdy lock.
We're talking about protecting your personal information, folks. This includes everything from your emails to your social media accounts. Think emails, photos, even financial details. You don't want that stuff falling into the wrong hands. Imagine the chaos if someone accessed your bank account or private messages.
Think of a complex password as your online bodyguard, keeping the bad guys out. It's your first line of defense.
A strong password is your first line of defense against hackers and cyber criminals. These malicious actors are always on the lookout for easy targets. It's a simple step with huge rewards for your peace of mind. Knowing your accounts are secure allows you to browse, shop, and communicate without worry.
So, are you ready to build an impenetrable fortress around your digital life? Let's dive in and learn how to create passwords that are both strong and memorable.
Let's face it, weak passwords are as good as having no passwords at all. They're like flimsy locks that any amateur thief can pick.
Imagine someone trying to guess your password. Easy ones like password 123 or QWERTY are the first things they'll try.
And guess what? There are programs out there that can try thousands of passwords per second.
That's right. Your clever password could be cracked in the blink of an eye. Scary, right?
Don't become an easy target. A weak password is an open invitation to trouble. Let's break it down. Okay, so we know weak passwords are bad news. They can lead to all sorts of problems, from personal data breaches to financial losses. But what exactly makes a password weak and easy to crack? Let's dive into the specifics. First up, weak passwords are usually way too short. Example, narrator. Think of it like this. The fewer characters in your password, the fewer combinations a hacker has to try. A short password can be cracked in mere seconds using modern hacking tools. Then there are the usual suspects: common words, names and sequences. Password 123456 QWERTY. These are like candy to hackers. They are some of the first combinations hackers will try because they are so commonly used. Using personal information like your birthday or pet's name is another big no-no. Hackers can easily find this stuff online and use it against you. They often scour social media profiles to gather personal information that can be used to guess passwords. So, to sum it up, a weak password is short, common, and often based on easily accessible personal information. To protect yourself, always use a long, complex password that includes a mix of letters, numbers, and special characters. Stay safe online by making your passwords as strong as possible.
Just like a castle with thick walls and a strong gate, your password should be a fortress that keeps intruders out. Time to beef up your security game. Think of your password as the first line of defense, like a security guard at the entrance. Let's talk about what makes a password truly strong and hacker-proof. It's not just about complexity, it's about creating a combination that's hard to guess. Example, narrator. First things first, length matters. The longer your password, the harder it is to crack. Aim for at least 12 characters. A good password should be at least 12 characters long. This gives you a solid foundation to build on. And no, adding a single number or special character to your dog's name doesn't cut it. Common passwords are easy targets for hackers. We need a mix of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. This variety makes your password much harder to predict. Think at hash, dollar, percent, etc. These special characters add an extra layer of security. The more random and unpredictable your password, the better. Avoid using easily guessable information like birthdays or common words. And here's a fun tip. Think of a phrase instead of a single word. A long, memorable phrase can be both secure and easy to remember. For example, my favorite color is blue 123 is much stronger than blue 123. Remember what we said about length? Well, it's worth repeating. The longer your password, the harder it is to crack. Security expert, think of it like this. Every extra character you add exponentially increases the number of possible combinations. A 12-character password with a mix of uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and symbols? That's practically Fort Knox for your online accounts. Still not convinced? Let me put it this way. A 12-character password would take a supercomputer thousands, if not millions of years to crack.
But now I hear you say, how am I supposed to remember all these complex passwords? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Password Manager Advocate. First off, ditch the sticky notes on your monitor. That's just asking for trouble. Consider using a password manager such as LastPass and Dashlane. You can also use the Passwords Manager comes with your browser, like the Google Password Manager included with Chrome. These handy tools store all your passwords securely and can even generate super strong ones for you. Also, enabling two-factor authentication adds another layer of security to your accounts. Next, we'll learn how to check the credibility of websites. With so much information available online, it's crucial to know how to distinguish between reliable sources and those that might be misleading or even harmful. I was browsing the web and came across some websites that seemed a bit sketchy. They had flashy ads, pop-ups, and some even asked for personal information right away. How can I tell if a website is credible or not? This is a common question, especially with so many new websites popping up every day.
That's a great question. There are several indicators you can look for to determine a website's credibility. Checking a website's credibility is super important, especially when you're sharing personal information or relying on it for facts. You don't want to fall victim to scams or misinformation. Here are a few things you can look out for to ensure the website you're visiting is trustworthy and secure. 1. Check the website's URL. This is often the first clue about the site's legitimacy.
What's the first thing I should look at when checking a URL?
Start by checking the URL. Make sure it starts with HTTPS, not just HTTP. Look for HTTPS at the beginning. The S stands for secure, indicating that the website encrypts your data. The S means the connection is secure. This is especially important when entering personal information like passwords or credit card numbers. Avoid websites that only have HTTP if they're asking for sensitive information. These sites are not secure and can put your data at risk. Also, check the domain. Legitimate websites usually have recognizable domains like .gov, .edu, or .org. These domains are typically associated with government, educational, or non-profit organizations. Be cautious of unfamiliar domains or ones with excessive characters like example-free-stuff-discount.biz. These can often be a sign of a scam or a less trustworthy site. Always take a moment to scrutinize the URL and domain before proceeding. This simple step can save you from potential headaches and security issues down the line.
What about the design and content? Does that matter? When evaluating a website, the design and content play a crucial role. A well-designed website can enhance user experience and make navigation easier.
Absolutely. Credible websites often have professional designs, clear layouts, and proper grammar. These elements help build trust with the audience and ensure that the information is presented in an organized manner. Look for spelling errors, excessive ads, or pop-ups. These can be red flags. Such issues can indicate a lack of professionalism or even malicious intent. Always be cautious of websites that bombard you with ads or have numerous spelling mistakes. Check for an About Us or contact information page. These pages provide insight into the credibility of the website and its creators. Reliable sites usually list their owners or organizations and provide ways to contact them. This transparency is a good indicator that the website is trustworthy and that the information provided is likely to be accurate.
To cover more on online safety, next we are going to talk about how to avoid suspicious online links that are shared through email, social media, messages, or websites to stay safe from hackers. It is a good thing to learn about the risks involved with those suspicious links. This will help to keep you and your family safe from spammers. Let us dive headfirst into the sometimes murky, often confusing, but always important world of online safety. Specifically, we're going to be talking about those little gateways to the wider internet links. Now, links themselves aren't inherently bad, they're just connections, bridges from one piece of information to another. But sometimes those bridges, they lead to places we really don't want to go. We're going to learn how to spot those suspicious links, how to avoid them, and what to do if we accidentally take a wrong turn. Let's get started. Alright, let's talk about how to spot a suspicious link. First up, the URL. That's the address bar at the top of your browser. A legitimate URL will be clear, concise, and related to the website you're trying to reach. Think Amazon.com, Google.com, things like that. Suspicious links, on the other hand, often have weird stuff going on. You might see misspellings like Amazon instead of Amazon, or a bunch of random numbers and characters strung together. Another red flag is a shortened link. If you hover your mouse over a link and it doesn't show you the full URL, be very cautious. Does the link start with HTTPS or just HTTP? That S at the end stands for secure and indicates that the website encrypts your data. And finally, if something about the link just feels off, trust your gut. It's better to be safe than sorry. Let's talk about unsolicited messages. You know the ones, emails, texts, DMs from people you've never met promising you riches, fame, or a free cruise. Spoiler alert, it's probably too good to be true. The first rule of unsolicited messages is simple. Don't click any links. Even if the message seems to be from someone you know, double-check with them before clicking. Scammers are really good at impersonating people and organizations. If you do get an email that seems fishy, hover over any links without clicking. This will usually show you the actual URL, which can help you determine if it's legitimate or not. And for the love of all that is good in the digital world, never ever enter your personal information after clicking a link in an unsolicited message. If you're unsure, go directly to their website or contact them through official channels. Social media, it's where we connect with friends, share cat videos, and occasionally stumble across suspicious links. Yes, even on platforms designed for sharing, danger lurks. The first rule of social media is the same as everywhere else online. Be skeptical. Just because a link is shared by a friend or someone you follow doesn't mean it's safe. They might have been hacked, or they might be unknowingly sharing something malicious. Be wary of clickbait. You know those headlines that are so outrageous, so unbelievable that you just have to click? Yeah, those are often designed to lure you into clicking on something you shouldn't. Before you click anything on social media, take a moment to check out the account sharing the link. If a post or message promises something that seems too good to be true, it probably is. Okay, so we've talked about how to spot suspicious links, but how can you be sure a link is legitimate? Put on your detective hats, internet sleuths, because we're about to do some investigating. First up, double-check the URL. Look for misspellings, random characters, and anything else that seems out of place. If you're unsure, you can always type the website's address directly into your browser. Next, do a quick search online. Type the website's name or the link itself into a search engine and see what comes up. Look for reviews, news articles, or anything else that can give you more information about the website. If you're still unsure, you can use a link scanner. If you have any doubts about a link, don't click it. Okay, so you've accidentally clicked on a suspicious link. It happens to the best of us, but don't panic. There are steps you can take to mitigate the damage. First and foremost, do not enter any personal information. If the website is asking for your username, password, credit card details, or anything else, close the window immediately. Next, disconnect from the internet. This will prevent any malware from spreading to other devices on your network. You can do this by unplugging your Ethernet cable or turning off your Wi-Fi. Once you're offline, run a security scan with your antivirus software. This will help identify and remove any malicious software that may have been downloaded to your computer. Finally, change your passwords for any accounts that may have been compromised. Staying safe online isn't just about reacting to threats, it's about proactively building good digital habits. Think of it like flossing. It's not the most exciting thing in the world, but it keeps your digital teeth clean and healthy. First and foremost, keep your software updated. This includes your operating system, web browser, antivirus software, and any other programs you use regularly. Updates often include security patches that fix vulnerabilities that hackers could exploit. Enable two-factor authentication whenever possible. This adds an extra layer of security to your accounts by requiring you to enter a code from your phone or email in addition to your password. Never underestimate the power of education. The more you know about online threats, the better equipped you'll be to avoid them. And finally, trust your gut. If something feels off about a website, email, or message, it probably is. We hope this deep dive into the world of online safety will help you to identify the threats proactively. We've covered a lot of ground, from recognizing suspicious links to staying proactive in our digital lives. Remember, the internet can be an amazing place, full of opportunities for learning, connecting, and exploring. But like any adventure, it's important to be aware of the risks and take steps to protect ourselves. So stay curious, stay informed, and stay safe out there.
Imagine your computer as a house. It's a place where you store valuable information and perform important tasks.
Your software, like the operating system and applications, is like the foundation and structure of this house. Without a solid foundation, the house can't stand strong.
Just like a real house, your digital house needs regular maintenance and repairs to stay strong and secure. Neglecting this can lead to bigger problems down the line.
Software updates are like those essential repairs. They ensure everything runs smoothly and efficiently.
They fix vulnerabilities, which are weaknesses that hackers can exploit to gain access to your system. These updates act as a shield, protecting your digital house.
Think of vulnerabilities as cracks in your house's walls. If left unchecked, these cracks can grow and cause significant damage.
Hackers are always looking for these cracks to sneak in. They are constantly on the lookout for any weaknesses to exploit.
Updates patch these cracks, making it much harder for hackers to break in. This keeps your digital house safe and secure.
They also often introduce new features and improve performance, enhancing your overall experience, making your digital house even better than before. Regular updates ensure your system is always at its best.
No software is perfect. Even the most meticulously crafted programs can have hidden flaws.
Developers work hard to create secure software, but vulnerabilities can still slip through the cracks. These vulnerabilities can be due to simple coding errors or more complex design flaws.
It's like building a house. No matter how skilled the builders are, there might be tiny gaps or weaknesses that need fixing later. Regular maintenance and updates are essential to keep the structure sound.
These vulnerabilities can arise from various factors, including coding errors, design flaws, or even unforeseen interactions between different software components. Sometimes new features can introduce unexpected issues.
Once a vulnerability is discovered, hackers can exploit it to gain unauthorized access to your computer. This can lead to data theft, loss of privacy, or even financial loss.
Software updates are designed to address these vulnerabilities as they are discovered. They often include patches that fix these issues and improve the overall security of the software.
They act like patches, fixing the cracks and strengthening your digital defenses. Regular updates ensure that your system is protected against the latest threats.
By keeping your software up to date, you are essentially closing the door on these potential entry points for hackers. This simple action can significantly enhance your digital security. On these potential entry points for hackers, stay vigilant and keep your software updated to protect your digital life.
Using outdated software is like leaving your house door unlocked.
It's an open invitation for trouble.
Hackers actively target systems with known vulnerabilities, and outdated software is a prime target.
The consequences of neglecting software updates can be severe.
You could fall victim to malware infections, data breaches, identity theft, or even complete system compromise.
These risks are not limited to individuals. Businesses, governments, and organizations of all sizes can suffer significant damage from security breaches caused by outdated software.
Protecting yourself and your data starts with keeping your software updated.
It's a simple yet crucial step in maintaining a strong security posture in today's increasingly interconnected and digital world.
We'll explore some practical tips to help you manage software updates efficiently and effortlessly.
Keeping your software updated might seem daunting, but it's easier than you think. Regular updates ensure that your system runs smoothly and securely, protecting you from potential threats. Most operating systems and applications offer automatic updates, which means you don't have to lift a finger. This feature can save you time and effort, ensuring your software is always up to date.
Make sure this feature is enabled on all your devices. Whether it's your computer, tablet, or smartphone, enabling automatic updates is a crucial step in maintaining your digital security. You can usually find update settings in your system preferences or application settings. Take a moment to familiarize yourself with these settings to ensure you're always protected.
Check for updates regularly, especially if you haven't seen any notifications recently. Manually checking can help catch any missed updates. Some updates might require a system restart, so it's best to schedule updates for a convenient time. This way, you won't be interrupted during important tasks.
Remember, keeping your software updated is an ongoing process, not a one-time task. Regular updates are essential for the longevity and security of your devices. By making it a habit, you can significantly reduce your risk of falling victim to cyber attacks and keep your digital life safe and secure. Stay proactive and vigilant to ensure your digital world remains protected.
While it's crucial to update your operating system and essential applications, don't forget about your other software.
Every program you install on your computer represents a potential entry point for hackers. Web browsers, plugins, media players, and even games can have vulnerabilities that hackers can exploit.
Make it a habit to check for updates for all your software regularly. Many applications offer automatic update checks, so you don't have to manually search for them.
By keeping all your software updated, you are essentially strengthening your entire digital perimeter, making it much harder for hackers to find a way in.
Imagine downloading a flashlight app. You might think it's a simple tool just to light up your surroundings. You expect it to need access to your phone's flashlight, right? That's an app permission. But what if it asks for more?
App permissions are like doors. Each permission is a door you open for the app to access certain parts of your phone. When you install an app, you give it permission to access certain parts of your phone, like your camera, contacts, or location. These permissions are essential for the app to function properly. These permissions are necessary for many apps to work correctly. Without them, the app might not be able to perform its intended functions.
A photo editing app needs access to your camera roll to edit your pictures. It can't function without this permission. A navigation app needs your location to provide directions. Without location access, it can't guide you to your destination. However, some apps ask for permissions they don't really need. This is where you need to be cautious.
Why does this matter? Because unnecessary permissions can lead to privacy issues.
Giving an app access to your data also means giving it the potential to misuse that data. This can include accessing your personal information without your knowledge. This is where the risk lies. Misuse of data can lead to security breaches and loss of privacy. Just like you wouldn't give a stranger the keys to your house, you shouldn't give apps unnecessary access to your phone. Always review app permissions carefully. Not all permissions are created equal. Some permissions are relatively harmless. For example, allowing an app to access your phone's vibration motor doesn't pose a significant risk.
However, other permissions, like access to your camera, microphone, contacts, or location, can have serious privacy implications. For example, a weather app doesn't need access to your microphone. A flashlight app doesn't need access to your location.
These are red flags that should make you think twice before granting permission. Always ask yourself, does this app really need this permission to function?
If the answer is no, don't grant it. It's better to be safe than sorry.
Let's look at some common app permissions and what they mean for your privacy. Understanding these permissions can help you make informed decisions about which apps to trust and what data to share. Camera allows the app to take pictures and videos. This permission is often necessary for apps like social media or photo editing tools. However, it could be misused to spy on you without your knowledge, capturing private moments. Microphone allows the app to record audio. This is essential for voice messaging apps or virtual assistants, but it could also be used to eavesdrop on your conversations, potentially capturing sensitive information. Contacts allows the app to access your contact list. This is useful for messaging apps to help you connect with friends. However, this information could be sold to advertisers or used for phishing scams, putting your contacts at risk. Location allows the app to track your whereabouts. This is crucial for navigation apps or location-based services. But this information could be used to build a detailed profile of your movements or target you with personalized ads, sometimes without your consent.
These are just a few examples of common app permissions. It's important to be aware of the different types of permissions and review them regularly. Understanding their potential implications for your privacy can help you protect your personal information and stay safe in the digital world.
Now, we are going to dive deep into the risks of over-permissioning. Granting too many permissions to apps can expose you to several risks. If an app with access to your data is hacked, your data could be compromised. Apps with unnecessary permissions could collect and share your data without your knowledge or consent. If an app gains access to sensitive information like your social security number or financial data, it could be used for identity theft. Remember, even legitimate apps can be vulnerable to security breaches or have their data practices change over time.
Let us take a closer look of how to take control of your privacy. The good news is that you have control over your app permissions. This means you can decide what information each app can access on your device. Here's how to manage them effectively. When you install an app, take a moment to review the permissions it requests. This step is crucial in understanding what data the app will have access to. If anything seems suspicious, don't install the app. It's better to be safe than sorry when it comes to your personal information. You can usually review and change app permissions in your device's settings. Regularly check these settings to ensure your data remains protected. Only grant permissions that are essential for the app to function. For example, a photo editing app might need access to your photos but not your contacts. Software updates often include security patches that can help protect your data. Make sure to keep your device updated to benefit from these enhancements. By being mindful of app permissions, you can enjoy the convenience of mobile apps while safeguarding your privacy and security. Remember, knowledge is power. The more informed you are, the better decisions you can make. The more you understand about app permissions, the better equipped you'll be to protect yourself. Stay informed and stay safe.
Public Wi-Fi might seem convenient, but it comes with serious risks. Let's find out why.
I use public Wi-Fi all the time when I'm at coffee shops or airports. It's super convenient, but I've heard it might not be safe. Is that true?
Yes, it's true. Public Wi-Fi might seem convenient, but it comes with serious risks. Since these networks are open to everyone, they're a goldmine for hackers looking to steal personal information.
What makes public Wi-Fi unsafe?
The main issue is that public Wi-Fi networks are often unsecured, which means the data you send and receive isn't encrypted. This makes it easy for hackers to intercept your information using techniques like
So what kind of information can hackers steal if I use public Wi-Fi?
a lot. Here's what's at risk.
Does that mean I should avoid using public Wi-Fi completely?
Not necessarily, but you need to be cautious. If you're just browsing non-sensitive sites like checking the weather or reading articles, it's usually fine. However, avoid activities like accessing bank or other finance accounts.
What can I do to stay safe if I really need to use public Wi-Fi?
Great question. Here are some tips.
What about using my mobile data? Is that safer?
Yes, using mobile data is much safer than public Wi-Fi because it's encrypted by your carrier. If you have the option, use your cellular data for sensitive activities.
Thanks for explaining. I had no idea public Wi-Fi could be so risky.
You're welcome. Just remember to stay cautious, use a VPN when possible, and avoid doing anything sensitive on public networks. Great. With these tips, you'll be much better protected against hackers and security risks.
If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to hit that like button to show your support. It really helps the channel grow. Make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss out on any of our future videos. We've got plenty more awesome content coming your way. And we'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below, let us know what you think about this video, or if you have any questions, feel free to ask. We'll be responding to your comments, so let's start a conversation. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.